Hello, I'm Greg Sadler, and I would like to invite you to Stoicon 2022, which will be taking place on Saturday, October 29th. It's an online conference that everybody can participate in, either through the Zoom that we'll be setting up or through the Modern Stoicism YouTube channel. If you're not familiar with Stoicon, it is the world's largest gathering of Stoics, and this is the 10th year of Stoicons, and I'll also add of Stoic Week, which will be going on roughly the same time. The Stoicons early on took place in London and New York City, Toronto, Athens in Greece, and then with COVID they went online, and we realized that we could make it so much more accessible to so many more people by keeping it as an online conference. And that is precisely what we are doing for the third time this year. So we've got a lot of great talks and workshops lined up. I just want to go through the schedule a little bit. I won't be saying which times they are. You can click the link that's below and find out all of that. So we'll begin with some opening remarks by myself and some of the other conference organizers, Andi, Sciacca, Yanov, and by John Selllars joining us as well. And then we're going to have a talk by my friend and colleague Piotr Stankiewicz, why Reformed Stoicism, something he's proposing. Then we'll have Stoicism Around the World panel, which is going to be particularly interesting, with representatives of Stoic communities all over. Henry Manampiring from Indonesia, Aldo Dinucci from Brazil, Kelly Andreas Rodriguez from Spain, Sasha Rother from Germany, and Logan Vallandingham from Norway, with Greg Lopez moderating. Then we'll have another talk coming up by Brittany, Polat, from pre-rational instinct to rational care. And then we'll have the big plenary talk. We're really happy this year to have Christopher Gill, one of the founders of Modern Stoicism, Stoic Week, Stoicon, still heavily involved in all of what's going on. And he is going to be giving a talk called Care of Oneself, Others in Our World. Can Stoicism help us to hold these together? Then, after a short break, we will have a personal storytelling workshop by Catherine Koromillis called Becoming Hercules, Finding Your Superpowers, Understanding Your Role in Life, and Choosing Your Life Path. Very interactive and should be a lot of fun. Following that, we are going to have lightning round talks that are contributed by anybody who wants to do a short 2 to 5 minute pre-recorded talk to send in to us. We'll stitch them all together, and that will, as always, be very stimulating. Then we'll have another talk by Rob Coulter, Theory, Practice, and Pepsis. If you don't know Rob Coulter, he and Massimo Pigliucci have a great Stoic podcast, actually Philosophy is a Way of Life podcast that you might find interesting. And then we will be finishing up with another panel, and this one will be authors of, and editors actually too, of recent books on Stoicism. So we'll have Duff Lambros, Donald Robertson, Kevin Vost, David Fideler, Nancy Sherman, and my co-editor of Stoicism Today, Selected Essays, Volumes 3 and 4. Leah Goldrick will be participating as well. Harold Kavli will be moderating that. And then after that, we're going to, it's the sort of like big question mark. We're going to have an after party and casual conversation with people who want to hang around online and do that. So it's an entire day of great talks, workshops, panels. You can pop in for as much as you'd like. There's going to be breaks in between. One of really the only complaint that we had last year were the breaks were not quite as long as people would like. And the reason was because the conference was so good, nobody wanted to step away from it for even a minute. So it's going to be just as good this year. I hope that you can join us for this really stimulating event. It is sort of a celebration of all things Stoics with great speakers and panels, all sorts of thought-provoking things, and practices and principles that you can take home and start applying in your life today. So I hope that you'll join us. Put it on your calendar, October 29th, and I'll hopefully see you there. I'm going to be the MC, so if you are there, you'll see a little bit of me and lots of all of these other great speakers and scholars and contributors and coaches having to do with Stoicism, an ancient philosophy in the modern world.